Hey guys, it's your pal Victor here from Cult Classics AZ and Cult Following. And what we've got here, folks, is a return to video reviews. That's right, we're doing some fun recaps of upcoming films you should be checking out on video on demand or local drive-in, because movies are coming back, folks. And the best thing to do is check them out, support the art form, because movies are awesome. They're the staff of life, they inspire pop culture, and they're just cool, and we love talking about them. So today, we are going to talk about Bill and Ted Face the Music, aka Bill and Ted Part 3, which hits video on demand this Friday, August 28th. And some places that have movie theaters will also be getting it then, as well as drive-ins and all that stuff. Kind of bummed out because I'm pretty sure Beyond Fest is sneak peeking this on the big drive-in screen in Montclair tonight, but I did get to see it yesterday, so I am elucidating you on my thoughts on Bill and Ted Part 3. So Bill and Ted Face the Music actually kicks off right after Bogus Journey. So if you have been piggybacking, rewatching Bill and Ted 1, Bill and Ted 2, this actually plays right into it. We have a voiceover narration by Bill and Ted's daughters, Billy and Thea. They're played by Samara Weaving and Tiffany. I will get back to her last name in a minute. So we've got basically their daughters have telling us, oh, you know, the first time you saw Bill and Ted was in Bill and Ted Part 1, and they were the Wild Stallions, and you know, this awesome band. They got help from Rufus, played by George Carlin, back in the past, to kind of like make their big rock and roll dreams come true, if only they could get this history report done. And then Part 2 was all about you know, their plans being thwarted by evil clones, and then they played at the Grand Canyon, and they had this song called Those Who Rock, which was like, God gave rock and roll to you, gave rock and roll to you. Basically, here it's called Those Who Rock. It hit the apex, but then it just didn't stay up there, and it did not bring the world harmony as Rufus prophesied that it would. But over the next 25 years, Bill and Ted keep putting out albums and putting out albums and putting out albums to further diminishing returns. And then, unfortunately, you guys, Bill and Ted are now wedding singers. And Bill's kind of ready, or Ted rather, played by Keanu Reeves, is ready to kind of move on with his life. You know, he's gotten offered to buy his classic Les Paul for a good amount of money, and Bill's just kind of on his last legs. And when they get visited by Kristen Shaw's character, Kelly, who is Rufus's daughter, who takes him in the future to meet the great leader, played by Holland Taylor, who, if you've seen Hollywood, the Netflix show, which also stars Samara Weaving, she's awesome in that. She ends up owning the studio in the end, if you watched it. But she tells Bill and Ted they've got 75 minutes to write the song that will bring harmony to the world, because as time has gone on and they haven't written the song, the world is spinning off its axis, and, you know, time is all out of whack. You know, Jesus is crossing the Potomac. Kid Cudi is now in the Last Supper. Weird, crazy stuff is going on. So, you know, Bill and Ted feasibly freaked out, don't know what to do. It kind of reminds you a little bit of that Rick and Morty episode, the Show Me What You've Got one, where they have to come up with a song to save the world from the giant big heads. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like that. So Bill and Ted just like, well, we can't do this song in 75 minutes. Why don't we just keep going in the future and see if we can just get the song from ourselves? And that's kind of their arc, and it's hilarious, and I don't want to spoil it. I'm going out of my way to avoid spoiling stuff. I've just given you setup, because there's tons of cool shit going on, really cool stunt casting. But while this is going on, we've got you know, our two co-leads. We've got Billy, who's played by Bridget Lundy Payne. Yeah, Bridget Lundy Payne, and they are playing Ted's daughter and Bridget does an awesome job just doing a great impression of Ted from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Like, she's all with the hair and everything. Just the whole time you're like, this is like girl Keanu Reeves, and it's kind of awesome. And Samara Weaving is playing like Thea, who's basically girl Bill. And just imagine Bill and Ted as girls. That's exactly what you've got here. The one downside here is I thought Samara Weaving is like super funny, and especially if you've seen Ready or Not, she's the main girl in that, and like the babysitter. Here she's like just a straight kind of character, like telling, oh my god, you're such a great guitarist, and she can do more, and I kind of feel like she's a little bit restrained, and that kind of sucks. But the two of them together have great chemistry. Just kind of feels you're watching Girl Bill and Ted, and it's great. So I have no problem with those scenes, and their arc it hits a lot of beats from Excellent Adventure without being Excellent Adventure, and I think you kind of need that to kind of balance out the Bill and Ted arc, which I'm not going to spoil, but I think both of these arcs are the dueling narratives in the film, and they help you go through it. There's a lot of story here, so the pace is just, and I kind of wish there were more like little moments to breathe. There's a few, and it's all kind of at the beginning, except for some stuff at the end, which again I will not spoil. I'll also say that I'm trying really hard not to spoil the movie. It's just a fun movie. I will say there's a lot of stuff that just it's breakneck. It could have maybe benefited from a little less story, or a little bit longer length. It's super fun, and I just can't get over it. I've like watched it a couple of times already, and it's just like, damn man, this movie's a blast. And it's nice seeing Keanu not being John Wick for once, just kind of being like, oh, I don't know what to do, Bill. Oh, the other me was an asshole. That kind of thing is just fun. And just Bill is just like Alex Winter's Bill is just awesome. He's got a lot to do in this movie, and it's really done well. Super fun. But yeah, I really can't recommend it enough. It'll fly by when you're watching it. There is a post-credit scene. Stay for the post-credit scene. But it doesn't feel set up for more sequels. It just feels like a good swan song, and sometimes that's nice. You're watching a movie and like, yeah, this is a nice trilogy. It doesn't need to go on. But if you want to go on, clearly there's things there. But I like all the Easter eggs here. Just feels like a nice celebration of the franchise. There's some really good literal laugh out loud moments. There's like a joke in the first 10 minutes that I literally had to rewind over, because it just had me rolling. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, all I can say is Bill and Ted Face the Music, 5 out of 5 stars. So good. It's got little problems, but a movie like this shouldn't really be good. I mean, I've seen the latter day Kevin Smith, and that stuff is not that great. Comparing this to like Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, here's Bill and Ted, here's Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. You know what I'm saying? Not the same thing. Bill and Ted, awesome. But yeah, go see it if you can. VOD is awesome. And if you get it on VOD, you own it forever. So just get it on VOD. It's awesome. But yeah, we've got some more reviews in the works. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys listening. And until next time, stay tuned. We got some cool shit we're reviewing for the Fantasia Film Festival. I gotta get through a lot of movies for them. So yeah, tune in. YouTube.com/C/Cult Classics. Subscribe. Get the notification icon. Share this with your friends. I'm showing you more of my office. That Batman looks awesome. All right. So until next time, guys, we'll see you. All right.